Think about what it took for you to be alive right now. Think about what your ancestors went through for you to be alive right now. They didn't sit around binge watching Netflix. They didn't sit around watching YouTube, scrolling on their phone, eating junk food, all that stuff. They didn't sit around doing that all day. They had purpose. They had stuff to do. They had to continue their bloodline, also that you could be here today, binge watching Netflix and eating junk food. They endured war, starvation, all that crap so that you could exist, right? Generations of men, generations of women as well, struggled so that you could exist one day. I have a story about my 3 greats-grandpa, great-great-great-grandpa. He lived in Virginia, I believe, and he was just so sick of his life. He didn't want to go to school anymore. This place sucked. Stupidest place on the planet. I agree with him mostly too, except for the social interaction part. School is good for the social interaction, and that's why I still go. But he hated it. He hated life. So he ran away. He ran to the harbor, the dock, and he got on a random boat in a box or something. And it turned out to be a pirate ship. He was a pirate for like 4 years. They keel hauled him like 3 times and he survived. Keel hauling is they tie you to a rope and throw you under the boat and drag you under the boat for a little bit. Somehow he survived 3 times of them doing that to him. He was not a very good pirate. He didn't listen very well, it seems. But eventually he got off and he survived, and he eventually joined the Salvation Army and became a blacksmith for them. And now I'm here. He survived being a pirate and all that crap. And I'm here now because he survived. You probably have plenty of stories just like that one where your ancestors went through all that pain just so you could exist and be scrolling on your phone right now. And I'm glad you found this video. Hopefully you can get out of here with that. And it seems like you have a good enough attention span because most people clicked off already because I'm boring or something. So what are you doing with your gift of life right now? All the crap I just listed? If your great-great-grandfather saw you right now, would he be proud or would he shake his head in disgust? My great-great-grandfather would probably shake his head in disgust. He had his whole life figured out by the time he was 17, I'm sure of it. He'd probably expect me to have my whole life figured out too. I expect my great-great-grandchild to have his life figured out. Hopefully because I got my life figured out as soon as I could. I got my priorities straight and everything in order as soon as I could. Pretty close to that, I'd say. But you don't want to have the fate of a modern man. You don't want to be a modern man. Men today are on the fast track to becoming nothing. They're weak, they're lazy, they're becoming weaker and lazier, and all the stuff that you've heard about already. You already know how your life's going to end up if you keep going along this path. You want to break the cycle. You want to become a man worthy of your bloodline. A man that your great-great-grandpa would look at and be like, yeah, he's not doing too bad. He's doing pretty good. But you want to start on this new path, on this better path, with cleaning your mind, fix your habits. Then go from there. Gym, diet, all that stuff. Now you need to fight so you can continue life and continue your bloodline and make it great again. Somewhere down your bloodline, somewhere in your family tree, there was some guy or some group of guys that were great. They were magnificent. They were probably kings. You're probably related to kings. And you're just sitting here on your phone or your computer, just watching YouTube. You will be the last weak link in a once strong chain. Doesn't that sound nice? You'll be the last weak link. You'll turn into a strong link, actually. The choice is yours. The path to heaven or the path to hell. The path to heaven does feel like hell, but it is worth it. The path to hell feels like heaven. And it seems like it's worth it on the way because it feels like heaven. You think you're already in heaven because you're on the path to hell. You think it's a path to heaven. Well, doesn't it make sense that the path to heaven feels like heaven and the path to hell feels like hell? No, you're wrong. Sure, yeah, there's good parts on the path to heaven, there's bad parts on the path to hell, but you get what I'm saying. Pick your path, pick one of the paths, and stick to it. If you want to stick to the path to heaven, you've already watched this whole video, so why not stick to the path to heaven? Join our Discord. First link in the description. Join the email list. Second link in the description. Might as well subscribe, all that crap. Be the new strong link in your chain, your family line. I know you can do it, bro. I love you, bro.